My name is Tony. I have a story that I want to tell you. It's a pretty horrifying story. One of the nights, the struggles of me being homeless, something that I got myself into that I really wasn't expecting. I just wanted to get out of the cold. It was a real windy night. It was about a month and a half ago. Behind a clothing store, it was actually in Pontiac. They have a dumpster there that was full of like excess clothes and blankets and whatnot, and it was late at night, so I figured climb in there to get out of the cold. So I climbed in there. It wasn't real dirty or anything. Probably was a little bit, but I fell into a deep sleep. I got warm. I got out of the cold. I fell into a deep sleep. And then the next thing I know is I'm being woken. There's just so much noise, and I was being flipped upside down. And what was happening is I got flipped inside of a garbage truck. It was the most horrifying experience. It was so loud. I was screaming at the top of my lungs. I was just, no, stop. But it was so loud. I was actually kind of trapped under some stuff under there. And the mechanism was crunching like back and forth on me. It was just the most horrifying, it was like being in hell. I was still screaming at the top of my lungs. I couldn't find anything to beat on the walls. He wouldn't even hear me anyways, the driver. So finally, I managed to get my legs loose, and what I did is I jumped up and I grabbed the lip of the garbage truck. And by now, he's flying down the road somewhere. I don't even know where he's going. And I managed to flip my leg up and work my body out of it, thank God, because if he would have got to another dumpster and dumped it on top of me, it would have been over for me. So finally, I'm hanging on top of the garbage truck. There was like a big hydraulic thing, and he's just flying, and I'm trying to wave and get somebody's attention and to let them know that I'm up there, just to let me down. But he's just going so fast, and cars were just fading into the distance. And finally, he pulled up to another dumpster site, and I climbed down the back and kind of fell down, and I went to the front and I got his attention, and I said, hey, I just climbed out of there, you dumped me inside. And he says, oh my gosh, and he invited me in. At first he was in shock too. He says, man, how did you get out of there? First of all, he says, I could have killed you. He told me the only reason that he didn't compact it 100% because he was playing with the music on his headphones. So I got lucky by him doing that. And so I told him the story, and he drove me like back towards where it was, and he begged me not to sue him. I'm thinking, why would I'm the one that climbed in the dumpster. I was in the wrong there. And he gave me $20 and dropped me off at like the Speedway. And it's still right now, then I should have went straight to the hospital. I ended up going to the emergency room, but I should have went straight there because I was just still in tears. It was just everything. I was like crunched. I was just in pain everywhere. And a couple hours later, I went into St. Joseph's Hospital, and I told my story. And they brought me in, and they did some x-rays, and they put some dye in me and to make sure everything was okay on the inside. But there was some bruising, like I guess on the liver and gallbladder area and stuff like that, and just basic contusions. But still, a month and a half later, my hip is still messed up a little bit. It's slowly getting better. But yeah, I'd like to, don't ever, to get out of the cold, climb into a dumpster. That's horrible. Being flipped inside of a garbage truck, it's the worst experience ever. It's truly, to get out of it is, you have to get lucky to get out of it. I got real lucky, and it's just like being in hell. So yeah, just don't ever do that. That's just a horrible experience. That's it.